Step into the ring.
Range to fight against this character. Samus has incredibly good zoning tools with Zaire, with the charge beam, with Miss. very well from a distance, but can also play very well from up close. That forward air multi-hit, great spacing tool. Ness can combo with it, can create space with it. Jump up air, though, will catch. It's going to be the first stock going to Bubblegum. Let's see what they can do with this lead. Up air into the forward air. A great combo starting tool. Once again, able to bait out a shield in the ground when he does that grab. And that is one of the beautiful aspects of Samus's charge shot. Even when it doesn't hit, you are still able to put your opponent in a myriad of bad situations. You know, with how it still baits a defensive option that can be very easily be punished by Samus. And just like that, a great stock right there for Bubblegum. They're going to go up 3 stocks to 1 right now. Voidness's going to have to really lock in here if they want to, you know, at least get within a puncher's chance here. High percent on this first stock, though it's going to be tough. You could potentially see some fancy range shenanigans come into play here with Samus. You know, a bad air dodge and a screw attack in the blast zone could result in a KO, but not going to be the case there. We are going to get the back throw KO off the top. Gonna catch the roll. Can Void Ness mount this comeback. And the not strong side B. Gonna home in on Ness there. Catch that air dodge. Catch with the up air again. 121% on the tab here. There you go. Baits the air dodge. The back air will connect. That's the first game here. Going to Bubblegum. Again, against someone like Void Ness, who is very popular around these parts, plays a very solid game. So, not a you know, a bad win to scoff at whatsoever. Great start to the stream. Let's see what game 2 has on display for us. Nope, okay, nope, just gonna jump right into it. So we're gonna see Bubblegum staying on here. Playing against Teasy with Rockin' the Rob. So again, a couple of floaty, awkward grappling characters to fight against. Let's see how we conquer this one here. Starting the game with the taunts on the platform. Love to see it. Here we go. Going, wasting no time, getting right to work. Again, Rob, another one of those characters, kind of an awkward range to play against. Very good projectiles from a distance, but also very, very difficult to play up close. Kind of have to really pick that, you know, your plan of attack very carefully with punishing very big in a matchup like this. Reverse there, gonna catch for Teasy. Here you go. Gonna trade right there. Still very favorable for Bubblegum. Okay, going a little bit crazy for the edge guard there. Not necessarily always going to have that opportunity available to you. You know, Rob is a character that can recover from a myriad of distances, so those drop-down recoveries, you know, not necessarily in the arsenal. Good jump forwarder, though. Great start for Bubblegum. Okay, gonna get caught by the last hit of the rotor arms. Gonna immediately go for an up B, but not gonna catch. There you go, trying to get some movement on the board here. Neutral gonna get both hits, very nice. Oh, okay, yeah, that's an instance where you could potentially try to go for the low recovery there once you see Rob commit to low recovery. Oh, okay, but unfortunately runs out of gas, drops just a little too far off to the stage there. Brutal stuff for Teasy. Here we go, Bubblegum gonna open up the floodgates here. Landing there, gonna connect. Okay, gets caught by the gyro. And still able to get back to the stage, wow. Very nice stuff. Alright, trying to get on the board here. It could be another, you know, a back-to-back games where Bubblegum is able to stay up, you know, big the whole time. The suplex up throw not going to be enough just yet. Samus is kind of an awkwardly heavy character to fight against, so. All right, yep, just a little bit far, you know, out of the way of the ledge there, so just going to lose that stock to natural causes. Okay, excellent catch right there. There we go. The new, the back air out of shield. It's going to be another game going to Bubblegum. Wonderful stuff. Samus with back-to-back wins to start the stream tonight. Love to see it. This is once again Voidness stepping up to the stream here. Oh, but it's time against Twigman. All right, it's gonna be Twigman versus Voidness. Looks like we have Byleth against Ness. Quite an interesting matchup, I'd say. Ness versus most sword characters, not necessarily a great matchup. However, unlike other sword characters, Byleth does not have a counter, like a down B counter like most Fire Emblem characters do. So the matchup is not like a total loss for Ness trying to get back to the stage. It also helps when you don't tech the stage, or you're able to get back. You know, you're not able to recover from that if you don't tech. So look at that Voidness opening up the can of combos here. Nice side B there from Twigman to at least try to break some space. All right, air dodge is going to be eaten by the back air. Your air dodges could have to be very, very precise against a character like Byleth. You could potentially open yourself up to a lot of harm. You know, with how strong, like the sweet spot on back air and forward air is. Byleth's F smash, unfortunately, comes out a little bit too slow there. And once again, going for it. Not sure if that was purposeful or not, but unfortunately going to get caught and pay for it with their stock on that one. So it's Voidness off to a 3 stocks to 1 lead. Let's see if Twigman can potentially generate some sort of a comeback here, but just like that, we got Twigman on the board. Can they mount the comeback, though? It's going to be a tough one. This is certainly not, like, again, a favorable spot to be in, but Byleth does have the power behind these hitboxes to potentially mount the comeback. Rolling into the PK Fire, though, not a great way to start. Ooh, okay, going for some shenanigans there with the down air on the stage. Going to come up short. Yeah, just not going to get the comboing hit you need. Another F smash gone awry. Going to lead to another punish opportunity here for Voidness. Nice back throw. Ooh, okay, I have to be careful here. All right, Voidness drops a little bit too low there. 112 on the tab, though, so you know, definitely not out of the realm of possibility for Twigman, but the opportunity is right in front of him. Can you potentially mount the comeback here? And there we go. Nope, the up smash yo-yo will get the job done. Voidness gonna get on the board here tonight. Great stuff there. from Voidness, able to come out on top. But can he keep the good times rolling here? Definitely going to be a little bit of a deep hill to climb here. Tezzy versus Voidness. Again, another classic matchup against the combo heavy character in Ness against the bigger character in Rob. Can Rob avoid, you know, the long string of combos here, you know, to get a lick in? This is again where the matchup can get just so finicky here. If you're, if you're Rob, you're just gonna eat so much damage against your own will. So it's gonna get that quick there. Even trying to go for the PK flash and hits it. Wow. Big exchange here. Goes for the side B, but gonna come up short. So now the reversal flips once back around to Voidness and is gonna make the most of it. Gonna get the up smash KO there. So Tezzy trying to find an answer here. 62% on this stock though. It's gonna be kind of we're gonna have to get like a really cheeky kill here with the side B in the blast zone, but let's see if Voidness will get, you know, give them the opportunity to do so. Yeah, that is obvious. Half the battle is knowing here, so can they do it? Off to a strong start. But I'm very close to mounting the comeback here. This is certainly very doable for Tezzy if they're able to, you know, maybe bring together some good hits here. Ooh, okay. Oh no, just gonna come up short with the PK Thunder 2. The PK Rockin', excuse me, as it is amply called. Good forward air. Gonna create a little bit of space. There we go. Able to get on the board. But 114 on the tab, though. You're going to have to play this one real close to the vest if you're a Tezzy. Okay. Ooh, okay, PK Fire going to catch right there. The back throw is going to KO. So only 27% on this tab now. Voidness. As Tezzy's on their last stock. So they're going to have to really lock in here if they want to get the KO. Nice forward air. Alright, goes for an errant side B. Do they have enough gas left in the tank to get back? Yes, they do. Get Rob's vertical recovery, one of the best in the game, so no shocker there. However, the down air will connect. A dominating game there from Voidness. Winning a couple here in a row, getting in a rhythm. Love to see it. Fabulous stuff. Are we getting Twigman back in the mix of things here? It looks like we are. Trying to stop the win streak here. But as we take a look at our win leaders so far, Bubblegum and Voidness tied at 2. Bubblegum, you know, having to leave the arena momentarily, but hopefully they can come back and maybe generate some offense here. Looks like we're getting back into a Twigman, choosing to go back here against Voidness, trying to stop the winning streak. Voidness potentially getting Voidness potentially trying to win 3 games in a row here. Can he do it? Let's find out. Good forward air. Again, this matchup can be very particular on both sides. Byleth is a big character, is very lumbering when moving around, so not necessarily the fleetest of foot. But Ness, you know, is able to make up for that with just some insane hitbox ranges, and Ness definitely struggles against the sword characters just because of how, you know, the character functions kit-wise. Historically has never really done well against these long-range characters, but Void has been able to do so very well so far, punishing some pretty gnarly reads here. But Twigman able to get the KO with that up smash. Yeah, just barely over like 100% there, 114. Doesn't have to get the KO. It just speaks for volumes of how, like, you know, pound for pound strong a character like Byleth is. Ooh, okay. Use the PK Thunder to try to catch the edge guard there. And there we go. Able to connect with the PK Fire and then immediately into a drop zone fair. That's going to even things up here for Void Ness. Not trying to take the lead here. Reverse hit in there. Not going to be enough to get a comboing hit here. Both characters trying to generate offense best they can. Ooh, fortunate for Twigman. Going to miss the rapid jab start. Just a little bit off with these attacks. The down tilt going to connect, and the F smash going to buy some space here. There we go. Able to get the KO is Void Ness, so. Void Ness, despite losing that first stock, is able to take the next two relatively quick. Okay, gonna miss the side B, gonna get punished for it. PK Fire once again coming through. The forward throw will set up. Another edge guard. It is certain to unravel here. Void Ness on the brink of winning another game here. There we go. The F smash will connect. So Void Ness, after losing the first game we saw, has now won 3 in a row. So very impressive stuff. All right, will be Tezzy stepping back in the ring here. Can Tezzy stop the winning streak of Void Ness? We're about to find out, I guess.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, there you go. Good falling up air there. So let's see if Pokemon Stadium 2 could potentially open up the offense here a little bit from either side. This bi-platform layout. Very popular stage for a reason. A lot of characters can utilize the stage layout very nicely. There we go, two falling PK Fires, but still just not quick enough to get any sort of follow-up out of it. Catch. So Maturity Tezzy getting themselves back in the game here. Just coming up short once again. But dangerously getting closer and closer. air gonna go. Get punished. A back throw will do it. Good back throw there from Void Nest. Gonna get the KO on Rob. Again, that despite how heavy Rob is, still able to fall victim to that, and able to follow up immediately with the side B. Get things up here, but here comes another potential long combo here. First to recover low. Ooh, just missing the last hit of that PK rockin'. Tough stuff for sure. Right, nice stuff right there. 104 to 51. So Desi in a little bit of a hole here. Gonna have to dig themselves out of it. So far doing a pretty good job at holding on. Kind of jockey for position. Don't want to commit too much. Nice. Neutral B once again. The back throw from across the stage, not going to be enough. Very rare do you get to say that, hey, I'm going to survive this throw from Ness. Ooh, okay. Great use of the backer there as a spacing tool. You know, you're able to... you know, use that back air to space yourself properly, get the punish. Despite all that, though, Void Nest able to come out on top here. Lovely stuff, to say the least. Here we go to PK Fire once again. Not going to get the second one for the combo. Potentially could have gotten some big damage there with the PK Thunder causing a stage spike, or you know, a tech situation to be set up. PK Thunder gonna just provide a little bit of damage, a little bit of space. Commits to the side B, and again, it speaks for how big of a move that is, just being able to connect despite it, you know, being behind him basically. All right, both players about a couple percent separating each other. Can Tezzy stop the winning streak of Void Nest? Rolling backwards against Nest, so dangerous, especially when they're coming towards you in that, you know, tech scenario. And there we go. Back there will do it. Great stuff there from Void Nest. One, I think this is 4th game in a row, I believe. Alrighty. Friend who really liked picking Ganondorf against Ness because it's very similar concept to like playing Ness against Swords characters, where you just swing so hard and you cover so much range with your attacks that Ness just kind of explodes. Now let's see. Granted, that was a, you know, maybe a past Smash game, and Ganondorf definitely a character that requires a little bit of finesse to use properly. He's a big guy. You know, not the, again, one of the slowest characters in the game. Can be very easily overwhelmed here by Ness. But Ganondorf, all he really has to do is, oh no, my God, bro, do not get Warlock punched on stream. You will not live to see the end of it. Alrighty, here we go. Already down in the hole, though, is Twigman, so it's going to be kind of a tough one to navigate here. Ganondorf, when he's already down, it forces this character to have to, like, do things that is not necessarily in their repertoire to do. You have to be much more aggressive. The forward smash is going to whip there. Forced to recover high so you don't get, you know, gimped by the up B. You have to be very careful. They've already been lapped in %, unfortunately. Alright, able to get on the board, but 144 on the tab. If you're Twigman, you gotta be really careful here. Alright, back throw at 206. Doesn't matter who you are, that throw will blow you up. So let's see if Twigman can mount the ultimate comeback here. Yeah, we're sub 25% on the second stock if you're Void Nest, so you're feeling pretty comfy right now. Oh my gosh, the down air going to send Ganondorf to the Shadow Realm. They're going to clinch another win here for Void Nest, who is refusing to get off the sticks. Absolutely crushing it. So great stuff there from Void Nest, as they've continued to win in dominant fashion. Alright, so Tezzy going to exit the arena for the time being. You do have to exit after, I believe it's your third loss. So we're going to see Flames stepping up here against Void Nest with the Mii Brawler. A fun character, to say the least.
Go!
I love the Goku-esque costume here on this Mii Brawler. So we'll see how this pans out. I don't remember exactly which loadout this is for the Mii Brawler, but we are using the Flaming Kick, which I believe is a neutral B. We have the Flip Kick, which is the down B, and the Hurricane Kick, which is the up B. I actually forget. I think that side B is the neutral B. I actually don't remember. Either way, interesting move to say the least. This is another matchup where things can potentially get a little tricky. You know, I haven't necessarily seen this loadout before with Mii Brawler, but Flames is coming out here swinging for sure. Goes for the up B, gonna miss. Back throw will take care of that stock. Here we go, another early game strong combo here for... Oh, and unfortunately not going to go high enough. That is the downside of that Mii Brawler up B. While very strong in terms of KOing, and not necessarily the best in terms of vertical recovery. So if you drift too low below the stage, you will explode. And there we go, just like that. Wow. Boy, that's making quick work of Flames there. Again, just refusing to get off the sticks. Excellent stuff from Void Nest right now. And if you guys are interested in joining, you can check out the Arena Pass on stream. Your boy making his first appearance tonight. Your boy is a regular in the Fire Phoenix Kings in the Fire Nation, one could say. Yeah, we'll see how this matchup goes. And we saw these guys. I saw these guys scrap out as recently as last week. This could potentially be a stock loss. Nope. Okay, they're able to get back. Void Nest for committing to the low recovery. Maybe a little bit too early if they just kind of waited for Snake's defensive option there. They could have probably punished it a little bit easier. Ooh, nice read on the roll right there. Gonna go for the forward throw. Try to set up an edge guard. Just gonna get over it immediately for immediate jumps up B. Let the Cypher be a little bit of a shield for you, getting back to the stage. Gonna miss the back throw, but 135 to 53 in terms of percentage here. Not a trade you want to take if you're your boy. Not able to come out unscathed for the most part as Void Nest. Again, 71%. Kind of scary here. Can they generate, you know, enough offense to, you know, maintain this lead pretty comfortably? Looking forward. Throw. Gonna set up another edge guard. Ooh, yep, kind of a tough spot to be in there if you're your boy. You're forced to go for like the Cypher down B recovery shenanigans, and you know, just a little bit too far below the stage to make that one pay off. And there we go, just like that. Void Nest making quick work of your boy. Wow. That is game number 7-1 here for Void Nest. All right, Tezzy stepping back on the sticks here. Excuse me, can anyone stop the reign here of Void Nest? So far, it's looking pretty rough. There we go, up there, gonna catch. Let's see if Tezzy has learned anything from what you know, just went down on that last, you know, from just kind of sitting out for a little bit, giving you some time to study, think about what you're gonna do here. Okay, almost getting the heal off that down B, catching the laser, but it was coming up short. Let's see who can generate the lead first here. So far, early, it is Tezzy, about 22% right now. Just trying to play, you know, the best get-off-me game you can. Trying to keep, you know, make sure that you are capitalizing on every opportunity you get to get a big hit. Ooh, okay, good back throw. Nice catch. With the PK Thunder. Just going to come up short. Nice side B to generate some space here. We could potentially see that move be like, you know, maybe if Tezzy can get like a read on like a very blatant use of projectile, we could potentially see a scenario where you can see the side B act as a reflector. Neutral air off the top, almost enough to KO. Wow. There we go. First stock once again going to Void Nest. It's gone very well for him, knowing when, you know, on those games where he's able to get the first stock. There we go, nice back air, and here we go. Combo starter. Ooh, rolling on the platform again. Can be very dangerous, but rolling away, allowing you a little bit of space to work with here. Good catch with the up air, and that's going to even things up here for Tezzy. 54% to make up here. Nothing that Rob can't make up in spades. Here we go, gonna catch Void Nest sitting in shield, go for the up throw. Okay, reversing there, gonna catch. There you go, once again, see up throw, it's gonna connect there. Backer gonna create space for Tezzy, making that F smash a little bit safer than it probably would have been. Okay, the air dodge once again, but not quick enough to get there to get the punish out of it. Still continuing this juggle situation. It feels like Void Nest has not been able to safely touch the ground in the last like 10-15 seconds. Controller once again. Ooh, okay, yep, good catch on the air dodge. Gonna telegraph that one away. And now once again we are back to working here. Okay, reverse there. Gonna catch. Still trying to find that solid hit here. You know, again, we're reaching the potential. If you're Tezzy, you want to try to get this KO without giving the stock up. There we go. We're now at a pretty comfortable percent here to where if you lose the stock, you know, you at least give yourself some wiggle room in terms of being able to close out the game. Missed the catch there. Trying to find the big KO here. It's just like that. Void Nest has been able to bring it back to within arm's reach here. Only about a 30-ish% lead. Air dot is down. The F tilt's gonna catch. Goes for the early up B to ensure you get back to the ledge safely. Gets the parry, but doesn't go for, you know, a pummel or anything. I would be very careful, go for some committal options here. 64 with rage in play. This could potentially help aid this KO here for a Void Nest. Well, but all is not. The neutral B fully charged. I'll get the job done. So Tezzy ending the win streak here for Void Nest. Excellent stuff. That's going to ensure that they stay in here for this next game. Great stuff. Alrighty, it's going to be Demencho against Tezzy here. Luigi making his first appearance. Just as like a like a personal thing, this Luigi ult, like, there's something about how like blue Luigi's denim is. It just kind of like it makes me very uncomfortable, and I can't explain why. Nonetheless, though, we're gonna get into it. Luigi, another one of those characters that is pretty, you know, cut and dry with what is gonna happen here. If Luigi gets the grab combo off on you, you may explode. If he doesn't, you may not explode. But this is where Rob, I think, is going to be able to excel very nicely in this matchup, is being able to really neuter Luigi's recovery. Luigi's recovery is very linear, and Rob is very good at punishing those types of recoveries. Ooh, okay. The drop zone karate chop, though, it's going to force a high recovery here from Tezzy. Still not enough just yet. Keeping it close. Demencho on knocking on the door of this first KO. Misses the dash attack. right, there you go. It's going to be Dimension getting on the board first here. But 101 on the tab, definitely not something that can't be easily made up for by Rob. Oh, going for broke here on his edge guard. We're seeing some trading spaces here. The upper will connect, that will KO. Great stuff for Tezzy getting back on the board here. Now, can we continue to add on to this lead here? Again, Dimension doing a good job making the most out of these hits, really making sure that Tezzy pays for every single hit on him. Goes for the up B, gonna miss, been able to drift back to that platform for safety. Oop, okay, there you go. Nice catch with the back air. Going for that side B, maybe a little bit preemptively. Rob able to space out nicely and punish with the back air. So now Tezzy back in the lead here, but 129 on the second stock. Potentially in danger from Dimension. They can get in. There we go. The up smash will catch that get up attack on shield. All right, here we go. Big moment here for Dimension trying to get the KO here, but it is Tezzy that is off to a very strong lead. So very good job here for our Tezzy. Oh, but there we go. The laser's going to catch Luigi in the blast zone. Able to get back, but forced to recover low. There we go. The up smash on the platform will catch. Tezzy now winning 2 games in a row here. So Dimension, unfortunately, not going to get a chance here. So excellent stuff from Tezzy again, able to take on the win streak from Void Ness, and now able to win a couple games in a row here. So love to see it. As we are now awaiting the next match on the docket, it's Twigman once again coming back on the sticks. This time bringing the Sephiroth here against Tezzy.
2, 1, go!
Can't say I'm super familiar with this one, but Sephiroth has range. He's a great, long-range character, able to combat very well against Rob from a distance. Not many characters have that luxury. That just the range in which this character is able to operate is truly incredible stuff. Like, look at just how much range that up air covers on that platform. Like, it's nuts. It feels like, obviously, the hitboxes aren't designed that way, but it feels like you could just stand anywhere and just, like, completely ruin somebody's day. All right, force. Oh, okay. Maybe an errant recovery back to the middle of the stage. So that's going to result in a KO there. As Sephiroth does leave a lot to be desired in terms of weight. So, any sort of strong hit from Rob in the corner will potentially end in a KO. There we go, just like that. Getting back on the board here. Again, Sephiroth, despite, leaving a little bit to be desired in terms of weight on him as a character, but is still very, very effective in terms of damage output. Especially that fully charged up B can be potentially very dangerous. And, once we get the one winged mechanic into play here, as we're going to see here, Sephiroth's going to increase in movement speed a little bit. Also, these moves are going to become slightly stronger. Here we go. Still, despite all that, you know, the one wing coming into play, it is still not looking very great here for Twigman. It's a 2-stock to 1 lead for Tezzy. That up smash will take care of things. There we go. Excellent job with the up B. Gonna catch. Neutral B. Gonna create a low recovery scenario here for Tezzy. Ooh, okay. Ooh, gets this down B, but I don't think that was enough to catch that there, unfortunately. The side B will connect before it hits the blind spot on that down B. So once again, it's Tezzy going to continue to keep winning here. Alrighty, Tezzy staying on here. Your boy gonna try to end the win streak here.
3, 2,
Doing so with Snake. We're going to Final Destination again. 2 big characters that love to control the space in which they play in. And Final Destination is going to mean that nobody's gonna have a safe place to hide here. Here you go. Let's see if we can stop the win streak here. If you're your boy and have any say in it. Alright, so far so good. Again, the name of the game here is, can Snake just keep Rob from hitting the ground safely? Rob is a huge character. You know, Snake's he has a lot of tools to be able to keep you know, Snake at bay. Excuse me, Snake has a lot of tools to keep Rob at bay. You know, but Rob also has enough tools to play with here. Rob, you know, Snake is one of those characters that can, for the most part, recover, you know, pretty unscathed, you know, from the most characters being able to hit him. Rob's, I think, one of those characters that can really combat in how high this character is able to chase. That air dodge getting caught back down to the ground. The side B getting connected once again. Forcing the low recovery, and yep, that is just teeing it up. Fastball down the middle there for Tezzy just to take that spike and run with it. Good connection. Again, Tezzy holding on to his first stock for dear life. Rob is a huge character. We're nearing the guaranteed percentage here for the down throw up tilt. If your boy can even generate that. Right now, the floor is lava. And Tezzy's not letting Snake land on it safely. There we go, good catch with the up air, all the rage on deck. That is going to result in a huge KO here, as Tezzy continuing to add on to this lead. There we go. Up throw going to continue to aid for a combo here. Or just chasing. Yep. Oh, that could potentially be it. It could have been. I think if Tezzy just waited out for an air dodge, that might be it. Yep, forced to go for the Cypher recovery. Goes past the ledge. Tees herself up, though. And yeah, that was just brutal. This matchup can slip away from you very quickly if you're not careful. And that was, unfortunately, a brutal one there for your boy. You know, once the snowball started snowballing, it's very hard to make it stop. So Tezzy continuing to add on to this win streak here. refuses to give up the sticks. So here we go. Flames once again stepping back into the fray. Was originally doing so with Mii Brawler, now doing so with Mii Swordsman with the Zero costume. Mii Swordsman, I think when you ask most people, I'd say the preferred, more competitive version of, of the Miis. Definitely one of the more decorated ones of sure. But all the Miis have, like, their competitive merits. That being said, we'll see how this one shakes out here. We're seeing the Tornado as the neutral B of choice, and the over the head spin side B as your side B of choice. Again, just having some range to play with, I think, is definitely very beneficial against Rob. It allows you to play maybe a little bit more comfortably from certain distances. Also, you see Flames very opt to wanting to play with the gyro in hand. Some people get very uncomfortable trying to do, trying to play around with tangible items. Not many characters. It takes kind of a certain skill to know what to actually do with those. With those things properly. But that being said, though, Flame's not showing any fear. However, neither is Tezzy. Now able to generate a huge lead here. You see Flames really favoring that side B. One way or another. Alright, up throw. Gonna set up for another little combo here. It's just now Tezzy just kind of shooting fish in a barrel here. Once again, a very interesting usage of side B here. It's going to be teed up nicely as Flames going to go down 3 stocks to 1 here. Again, just kind of going for the side Bs, really. Gets the counter hit, but not going to be enough to, generate any sort of real KOing fear here. Going for the up B. The very immediate, sort of very Kirby-esque in its up B, and there we go. Just going to catch Mii Swordsman up, up the creek without the paddle. So great stuff there from Tezzy, continuing to add on to this win streak. Alrighty, we're gonna keep the good times rolling here. Bear with me for 1 second, folks. I can no longer see the screen. No, I'm just seeing an orange screen with the logo on it. All right, there we go. Oh, but if I go to the device, then I can hear myself in my ears. Okay. Let me just mute this. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Got a little bit of a speech jammy thing going on there. Okay, looks like we're back here. It is Void Ness once again back on the sticks, trying to avenge himself from the loss he suffered a little while ago now. At this point, Tezzy has now won several games in a row. Let's see if Void Ness can mount the Mouse can stop the winning streak here. Stop it from going full circle. So far, doing a good job of it. So already, immediately coming out the gate strong. There we go. Able to get on the board is Desi, 61% on the tab. Uh-oh. Goes for the PK Rock, and oh, okay. Not exactly in any danger where that could have potentially ended, caused a self-destruct there. Oh, bad air dodge. But Void Nest just a little off there in terms of being able to get the punish. Just continuing to try to get a strong blow here. Does not get the stage tech. 9% on the tab for Void Nest, looking to get back on the winning side of things. Gonna catch the back air. Oh, okay, goes back air. That could have potentially been a very dangerous situation there, for Tezzy. Dash attack gonna cross up, gonna allow for another punishment for Void Nest. Void Nest looking to cement the victory here, but just coming up a little bit short. Smash will connect, so 112 on the docket. Can Tezzy mount the comeback here, or will it be Void Nest continuing to get back on the winning side of things? Okay, forced to go for the low recovery. Back throw from across the stage, not going to be enough. PK Fire will connect, forced to jump back out of it. Wait a second. Ooh, okay, misses the forward smash. Have to be very careful. You don't want to start hitting panic buttons. We're in a range here where like a side B could potentially KO if you're Tezzy, but doesn't matter. The neutral air will connect. The win streak is over. The winning column is now back in favor of Void Nest. Lovely start. Love to see it. Alrighty, so the winning ways are back in favor for Void Nest here. To be Dementio stepping back onto the sticks, looking to cement. We're gonna get back into winning column here. Again, also been sitting down for a little bit, so Nest versus Luigi, a matchup I can't say I've seen in a hot second. Well, we'll see how it pans out here. If Dementio looks very versed in the art of Luigi combos, gets the jab block, and does not get the KO off the top with the Shoryuken. Doesn't matter. Another mistech from Void Nest is going to end in a KO here. That was a 0 to death. Again, I know Luigi is very apt to doing that, but maybe not necessarily in that, realm. But despite all that, able to come out on top. Great stuff. Love to see it. Alright, so Void Nest trying to get back into the thick of things here. But I'm really doing a pretty good job of doing so. Only 44% on the tab. You know, that was... Despite getting 0 to death, Voidness is able to at least keep the game within, you know, close proximity. So, he's going to make this comeback much more possible. Just like that, has already netted this, had a slight lead for a second. Uh-oh. Okay. Does not get the PK rocking. Gonna go for the up smash on shield. Luigi's up smash has such insane range. Like, if you just, like, even look at, if you just look at Luigi's shield for too long, you know, Luigi on shield for too long, that up smash will connect and will completely blow you up. Alright, despite all that, it is still Dimension nursing a slight lead here. Goes for the high recovery. Oh, did we get the kill? No, is that enough? Oh my gosh. I like the attempt, just like letting yourself get hit at the cost of you, you know, at the cost of you, you know, giving Ness's recovery. But despite all that, it is still Dimension that comes out on top. So the win streak stops very quickly once again for Void Ness. So Dimension will now stay on. All right, guys, just a heads up. We got 10 minutes left on the stream. So if you haven't already done so, hop on in. We're probably going to have time for a couple more matches. So Dimension is going to stay on for at least one more, you know, go around. Twigman coming back into the rotation. So Luigi getting a little bit of an opportunity to hang out here. All right, it's going to be Sephiroth versus Luigi. I can't say this matchup is probably that great for Luigi. I'd imagine it's not very fun. You know, obviously the range that Sephiroth is able to play around with, you know, does make this maybe a little bit finicky, I'd say. But also, Sephiroth does leave a lot to be desired in terms of weight. So, you know, Luigi can very easily, you know, combo his character into smithereens. Just like that, it is still the percentage lead here in Demencho's favor. Twigman does have the one wing on deck. Oh, okay, goes for the charged up B in the corner. But Luigi's down B is just enough to be able to, you know, get the stage spike. Great stuff there if you're if you're Demencho. So continuing to add onto this lead. Okay, gonna go for the side B on the platform. Maybe a little bit ill intended. But the up smash will catch and get the knockout there. Just like that, it is now a huge lead here for Demencho. 17% to, you know, on 2 stocks. So Twigman gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting here. Even with the side B connecting, not getting a whole lot of damage on play here. There we go, continuing to try to, you know, generate some offense. Uh-oh, okay, and okay, almost gets the 1 coin knockdown there. Oh, okay, gets the strong side B. The misfire, if you may. Down smash will connect. There you go. Nice back air. Some suspect DI could have potentially resulted in a bad stock there for Dementia, but does not matter. The up smash, the ender of lives there. A great job for Dementia. Very cool stuff. Heavy in the lead in tonight's game for the Bubblegum, despite not having played a game in over an hour, still sits in second place. So there you go. Chris is stepping up to the stream here, getting his first turn around here in the line. Here we go. Mewtwo versus Luigi. A couple of fan favorite characters. I love Mewtwo. Mewtwo's one of my favorite Super Smash Brothers characters. Very tricky character to try to gameplay against. A lot of Mewtwo's offense is going to be generated from that down tilt, from jab, from the up tilt, setting you up into other things. You have a pretty decent projectile in the Shadow Ball. But again, Mewtwo being a tall, awkward, is a taller character, a lighter character, so these Luigi 0 to death combos could potentially, happen a lot quicker. So if you're Chris, let's see if, you can be mindful of that. Use those strong hitboxes to your, to your advantage. Get a rapid jab right there to try to break things up. Just kind of swinging here, trying to find the KO. Gets the grab, and also got the air dodge, but just did not get the, did not get the right spacing for that. There you go, a back throw will net that KO there for Dementia. Great job. Ooh, okay. Gets the... Okay. Rough stuff right there. Gets the coin gimp. Maybe not the way you drew it up if you're Dementia, but you'll still take that. Dash attack will net the KO here at 165. Go. Uh-oh, that could potentially be the big one. You never know sometimes with Luigi. Sometimes this character can just really just run away on you. There you go, good forward air. Okay, and nice back air. So just like that, Chris able to get something going here. Oh no. I was going to say, potentially maybe doing himself in there. And there you go, just a down throw to the up B. Has the right idea, but unfortunately there for Chris, that input resulted in losing their life for it. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do here if you're Dementia. We're going to have time for, looks like, one more game before we have to end off the stream tonight. So, dare I say, this one's for all the metaphorical marbles. Dare I say. It's going to come down to way that the Lord intended. King Dedede versus Luigi. So your boy rocking the King Dedede. A fun character. The character we saw him play a lot of, at least I saw the last I commented a couple weeks ago. Quite the fun character for sure. And I don't think this matchup is probably awful for King Dedede. Like having, a disjointed hitbox into hammer. This character is a little bit harder to approach on. A rapid jab to play, a strong rapid jab, a strong projectile. The inhale definitely could maybe cause some hectic things to happen. Just like that, we're already off stage here. Now, if you heard anything about watching your boy play King Dedede, he is not afraid to go for the big swings. Okay, yep, goes for the high recovery. Dementia gonna miss the Shoryuken. Oh, and just like that, the charity stock has been given away here, so. Even up at stocks here, 2 apiece. And here we go. This is the other downside of playing King Dedede. You are a big character that you will be comboed. Oh my gosh, he just did 103 off essentially 2 grabs. Incredible stuff. Gets the plunger. Good sharp from the middle stage with the up air. There we go. That stock's gonna go to your boy. And then you're gonna have to dig deep if they want to win this final game here. Oh, okay. Nice movement with it. Gonna get the down air. Ooh, but wow, the Gordo into the catch, into the inhale catch, into the immediate other Gordo. But here we go. Wait a second. You are a heavyweight character. Gonna miss the up B though. There we go. The up B will seal the deal. Dementia wins the last game of the night and ends on a nice little win streak. It beat some good players here. Love to see it. A great job right there from all parties. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for tonight's stream. So I want to thank everyone for hanging out tonight. I want to thank all the competitors for playing tonight. And I also want to thank Phoenix for letting me take the sticks tonight. So that's going to be all I guess we wrote for tonight's stream. And tune in next week, everyone. Well, we will be back for more King of the Hill action. So everyone have yourselves a wonderful night, and we'll catch you next time.